Hello, welcome back, episode 4. So what we're doing today, so we're doing this build and we're gonna go over and show how to put everything even together. So we already put the motor. I just plugged the ESC. This is very simple. You just plug it in and it's set. It's not a big deal. We put this aside right now. What we want to do is to work on our steering servo. For the steering servo, you're gonna need a 2mm, one of those. And you need to remove the screws that go over there. They have a screw with a washer. You're going to take those out. When you remove it gently, and you have a washer that's going to hold it from the top. It's very important. You don't really need shock absorber on those things. If you put shock absorber, what happens, it will take some of the movement and the speed of the servo when you need it, even though that you don't want a super fast servo on a speed run car, because the car will be jolting on you. Okay, so we remove the bolts. Then you have the servo, and then there is a way that the servo gonna sit. So make sure that the arm gonna be in the right place. So if the arm going here, obviously the servo go forward. The wire will come underneath, so you need to see where to put this wire. Let's remove the top of the receiver box. Okay, so this receiver box have two parts in it. For a smaller receiver or a bigger receiver, you can take the divider. You don't really need that, okay? Now this is gonna make it splash proof. It says right now here the rubber seal. You're not gonna run this in water ever, so it's not really matter. Okay, so when you look on this, there is no holes. They did not do any holes to run any of the wires inside. There is only one here. Yeah, there's one here. So the way that the servo gonna work gonna be from here. So this wire need to go backwards and then come all around. It's too bad that they did not design this hole right here on the front. Kind of, again, it's another mistake that they did, I guess, because now what will happen is your wire gonna have to bend, and I don't like to do that because sometimes they break. So we're still gonna have to do it because we don't have a choice. But RC designer, next time pay attention where you're putting stuff. Let's plug this thing in. Okay, when you put your servo now, you're gonna see that the servo don't really fit exactly, so you're gonna have to kind of Mickey Mouse with it a little bit till it's fit to the place, and then just drop it in. Now we're gonna remove this antenna tin. We're gonna use it later. The servo is sitting inside. We're gonna make sure that it will fit. Yeah, it's gonna be the right position. Okay, now what we're gonna do is this. I'm gonna start closing the screws. We're not plugging anything to the remote yet, okay? I pre-test the servo to see that it's working. Let's close the screws real quick and come back. Okay, so our servo is in right now, right there. What we're gonna do is very simple. We're gonna take our receiver. I'm gonna plug it where it's supposed to be, and I'm not hooking it up to the ESC. I already know that the ESC is working. I'm hooking it up to external battery just so I can test the servo. I'm gonna set up my remote. And then I leave it on 0, and I will set up the servo while the wheels are straight, as straight as it could be. and I will check it from the front of the vehicle. Let's move the camera real quick. Now the wheels are straight, and now I'm gonna check my left and right. Going right, going left. Now it's over banking, we don't want it. I'm gonna have to remove a little bit of the function. Now one thing, when you do speed run, you never run that far, you run that much. Your wheels, you want to turn only that much. If you turn like this fast, most likely you're gonna end up crashing and destroying your vehicle. Let's go back. So I put it on a little bit close up for a very good reason. The ESC that we're gonna test with first time is an ESC that actually came from Red Cat Racing, and it seems to be that it's have a bracket right here on the bottom with holes in it that will fit to the holes, the screws that come with this device right here. So why not to use it? Let's do that. But before we do that, we have the receiver here, and then we have the water seal. I want to remove this water seal rubber piece. Just push it out, and I'm gonna run my receiver through it. Now I have the receiver wires going through it. We're gonna run it for the servo to the receiver, and then we're gonna bring back the antenna from there, and then we're gonna run our ESC. So let's see if this is actually gonna get locked inside here just with screws, not actually with double stick tape. If I need it to have double stick tape, it will work with it as well. But again, we're experimenting with everything. This is part of the fun. I know my hand's gonna disturb it a little bit, you see. This is very, very delicate thing to do. They did it really stupid. The mount right here is right exactly where the bolt need to come out from. Okay, this is one, and we're gonna put a second one. Now the two are straight. Now what we need to do is this, to see where the capacitor should be sitting so it's gonna sit the right way. Let's see, I just kicked the camera, still good. Okay, so this should fall right into place over there, if I'm right. Let's see. No, it's not exactly fitting with this bolt. This bolt is way off. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put it with one bolt with the and the rest will be just like the double stick tape. But it's no matter, because we're gonna end up pulling this. We're gonna end up pulling this anyway. This is just the tester. So we're just gonna remove it and put it somewhere else. Pull all the wires sideways, the extra fan wire. Okay, and our ESC is installed. What we want to do right now is run the wires for the ESC. Okay, wire for the ESC is running through. And we may be going to end up actually moving it somewhere else. I don't know yet. We'll see how it's going to work over here. It's maybe going to be too tight, and I'm going to move it somewhere else, or just change the shape that it's sitting in. Right now it's kind of holding, but I'm not super happy with it. So we'll see. Now, what we need to do is set up all the wires, and then go back and fix this mess. Let's do that. Now, you have to put your antenna in this little straw over here. Cannot emphasize how important this thing over here for your drive of the car. This is one of the most important thing to do, to have it outside so the car will drive with no interference. Now here we need to put a piece of foam. You cannot just leave it this way. I'm gonna go grab a piece of foam real quick. There's a foam. The foam is very important because on impact it will protect your receiver. Let's pull all of it out. And you want everything to get super protected. Those receivers are expensive, and also your car is very expensive, so you don't want stuff to just be able to get crushed in it. Let's put all the wires underneath, put our box here. No, too thick. We need to cut some of it off. My knife is not sharp enough. So what happened, it was putting too much pressure and I was not happy with it. That's it. Now it's much better. The divider that they give you that go there usually can hold some of the wires, but again, it's usually pinch them and break them, so I recommend not to even consider using it. Okay, this is good. This going right there. I want to set up my antenna where it's supposed to be. Always watch those installation videos all the way, because this is where, when you stop watching, this is where you're going to have a problem with what you're trying to do later. So you better learn everything and other people's mistake from the beginning. Okay, we're going to put the box back from the top and just close it again with a 2mm. Okay, so everything is closed right now. Now, something very important, the screw that go here, that holding your steering servo, do not forget it. Let's see, I got a screw here. Let's see that it's the right one. This is the most important screw on the car, because with no steering you're going absolutely nowhere. Now, what we still have here, our on-off switch that we're gonna have to determine where we want it. It's usually better to put it in an area that you can actually reach you with your finger. I'm probably just gonna end up setting it up right here with a double stick tape, and it's just gonna stay there. And then we have to do some other modification I'm gonna show you guys right now. Okay, so we got right here our servo installed, we got our ESC installed, we got here this is extra wire for fan. We leave it exposed like this. It cannot really go anywhere. You just flip it back down and it will just stay there. We put here our on-off switch. Now I'm just gonna do a test to check that everything is responding when you power it up. Whenever you power those cars up, especially with the 2.4, since 2.4 is temperamental, not always combined, make sure your switch is off if you have on-off switch. And when you plug it in, hold the vehicle, lift it from the ground when you turn it on, give it the 2 seconds it's need to bind. Okay, everything working. So now I know that I'm good, the vehicle is good. This is way too much turn, way too much. We need only this way, so we're gonna set up the dual rate later on. This is just, we done putting the servo, we done putting the ESC and the motor, and this turn in the right direction. It's very strong. Okay, we shut it off, everything is off the remote, and then disconnect your battery. Now I want to show you guys another thing. Those wires they're pretty long. I wish they were much shorter, but we're gonna need this length later. What I'm gonna do right now is kind of try to braid them out a little bit, but I don't want to move all of them, so I'm just gonna move one and set them up in a way so I can do that. Okay, I just did it a little bit over braid. It's preventing a little bit interference, and then it's easier to handle. And then what we need to do is, since we run in one battery, we're going to end up setting the a zip tie to hold it here on the top, all those wires, and then I need to balance the car. Now when I'm going to want to balance the car now, the weight going to be on this side because I'm putting one battery. Okay, it's not really going to pull the car sideways. It's just not, it's going to be a little bit off on the balance side, but I believe it's going to be fine. We're going to try it with one battery and with two batteries because we have the splitter for this. That being said, everything here is right now ready to go, but we're not going anywhere. We still have to do all the aerodynamic parts on it. And so it's part 5. We're going to start figuring out aerodynamic and also what ESC we should use. Don't forget, if you did not like and subscribe yet, and press the bell icon so when I do the next videos, you guys are going to be able to see it. Bye.